everyone, it's me. I have had so much going on recently, but today I got back from Spanish class. Spanish class started back up again, and that's really fun. It's on Fridays instead of, sorry, there was an ad. It's on Fridays instead of Mondays. It's a good way to kick off and kickstart the weekend. But I'm in such a fluster right now because I'm trying to get SZA tickets because she released that she's doing more shows. This time she is coming to Nashville. I don't know why she didn't come to Nashville the first time, but to each marketing strategy their own. Tickets were on sale like yesterday for platinum and premium platinum and all the different levels that they have nowadays for tickets, and they were like $600, and I'm just like, I know people be having money these days, but realistically, who can spend $1,500 by the end of it with fees and everything on concert tickets? I know they say that you should spend your money on experiences, but that's just too much, you know? That's not in our budget. So we got on like after the pre-sale today at noon. There were 2,000 people in line. We got on right at noon, and it was just pandemonium. They really need to figure out a better way to do the ticketing system. We finally got some tickets, but now I'm all stressed. I'm like, do I have the best tickets I could possibly get? Will there be tickets later on? I should be thankful that we have tickets we were able to get in the lower bowl for not $600 a ticket, so that's great, but come on, the ticketing system is not where it needs to be. Anyways, I was talking to Sam yesterday and I was journaling about how I just need a little bit of muscle behind all of this dreamy aspiration that I have. When I say muscle, I mean foundation, strategy, consistency, some of the more like masculine leaning qualities. And y'all know when I say masculine leaning, I don't mean men. I just mean as a general context. We're not talking in binaries, but you get what I'm saying. I have been very much so in the dreamy feeling state for the past however many months because that's not something that typically comes naturally to me, so I've been trying to really practice that. But I think that now that I'm able to tune in, to trust my intuition, to know where I'm going, know what the brighter vision ahead is, it's time to start actually laying the groundwork to make those goals happen. So I set some benchmarks for myself for how many Instagram followers I want to have in a year, how many YouTube subscribers I want to have, how many Substack newsletter subscribers I want to have. I was talking to Sam about them, and he was like, yeah, you know, that sounds really good. I think it sounds like good goals, but I think you need to be a little bit more structured and regimented with when you show up. You need to treat this not so flippantly, not so, oh, I'm just gonna do this when I feel inspired, but you need to treat it like an actual 9-to-5 job. I was like, oh, well, I used to do this thing called creation hours, and I can, you know, set aside specific hours in the day to do that. And he was like, I think it's gonna need to be more than creation hours because there's gonna be some times when you don't feel inspired to create. It's more like admin hours where you're gonna like sit down and actually do the things that you need to do. I think I talked a little bit about this, how I have benchmarks that I'm setting about how many videos I wanna post each week, how many newsletters. Now it's time to start like putting in the muscle work. So I'm going to sit down, catch up on Instagram stories. I'm gonna edit the Joshua Tree vlog, which will have already been up by the time you view this vlog. We're gonna get some admin going. I have been in an editing wormhole. Sorry, I'm closing the blinds. But one thing I realized when I was editing the Palm Springs vlogs and Joshua Tree vlog is that they're really short. So I'm gonna try and amp up my vlogging game again and just make sure that I have enough content for you guys to be watching, because while a 10-minute, 8-minute video is punchy and it's fun, it's a little one and done, right? We are headed to Neighbors. It's like a little local, is it a dive bar, Sam? Would you consider it a dive bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little dive bar in our neighborhood. We can walk. So we're gonna go down there. It's Friday. We're gonna have a little after work drink. Petey's coming. Petey. And then we'll probably go somewhere close for dinner. We've been throwing around some ideas. Maybe we'll do ML Rose, which is a burger spot. Maybe we'll do Edley's, which is barbecue. Maybe Penny Pazze, which is pasta. And you know me, I'm always pulling for Thai, so maybe Thai Neo. We'll see what wins tonight. I was telling Sam, how did I start it? I was like, you know what this memory reminds me of? Because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes randomly I'll just have like a certain flashback. It could be the smallest memory that I remember about the most random thing, but it'll just all of a sudden come back to me. Maybe that really solidifies the theory that everything is a simultaneous, what is that theory? Like everything's not a simulation, but time doesn't exist, basically. I had this memory. I was like, you know what this reminds me of? You know, like when you were in middle school and you would go to Memorial Park in the summertime on the 4th of July to see a concert. If you're not from Omaha, Nebraska, you don't know what the Memorial Park is, but basically it's just this big like outdoor concert. Sam was like, yeah, it would usually be like a lot more warm, humid, and I was like, yeah, but something about this lighting just reminds me of it. And I think that's the end of the story. I probably won't include that clip. No. Sam said that was a little anticlimactic. We're out to dinner with the Cheetah Queens. It's a long story, we'll tell you about it later. Haley, you should tell the vlog what you were saying about possibility, about guessing, about asking for things.
Totally. I'll make it short but sweet. Okay, hi vlog family.
It's small but mighty.
So we love it. So essentially what I was sharing earlier is, get in the book, say hi.
Nico, you made it happen.
Yes. But basically, I challenged this group to go out this week and ask for something that like puts you outside of your comfort zone a little bit. Because you just never know what's going to be received, right? You never know what the answer is going to be. So tonight we sat down and our lovely waiter was like, are you here celebrating anything? And we were like, no, not really. And he was like, do you live here? And we were, or what did you say? Are we out of town? Are we from out of town? And I was like, no. No, we all live here, but you know, we came all this way downtown, and for that, I think we should get a free dessert. And look what came.
Oh, gorgeous. Let's all do little fingers.
Little fingers. Goes to tell you and show you that go out of your comfort zone this week and ask for something that you think you might not receive because you just never know what is going to happen.
And on that, we say, I won't have two hands, but we'll do it. Hello again. I am walking to coffee with one of my friends. I just went on a walk, which is really just the combination of the word walk and the word jog. I've discovered I like the way that jogging makes me feel, but I'm just not somebody who can do it. I mean, I'm not gonna say I can't do it consistently and without pause, but I just prefer to be a little bit easier on myself. So I did a walk, and to get my 10,000 steps in, I'm going to walk up to a coffee shop about a mile from my house. It's actually a pretty quick walk. It ends up being like 25 minutes. I'm meeting my friend Haley West, who you've seen in other coffee chats. We always seem to come together at such aligned times over coffee, but this time it's intentional because we were saying that we wanted to host a little coffee and croissants morning with some of our close friends. I don't know, just have like intentional conversation. She's a graphic designer. I have background in graphic design as well. I feel like we could make something really special. Despite eclipse season looming, has been very productive, very helpful. I journaled this morning, and I think I told you guys before, but I really like the Chani app for astrology. I just feel like it's really robust and it gives you a really good insight into astrology, especially if you're not somebody who's super familiar with the practice like I am. I mean, I'm not familiar with the practice. The eclipse seasons coming up are going to be, for me personally, surrounding relationships, work, and my body specifically. I just journaled a little bit this morning about where I'm at with each of those things, taking a little bit of inventory. So often I come to my journaling with a very specific thing that I want to accomplish, and kind of opening it up and taking inventory and kind of letting myself rewrite about these specific topics today was super helpful, and I feel like I almost got more clarity from doing just that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Hello, we're back in the kitchen, and I definitely didn't record any of me and Haley's planning meeting, so I apologize about that. I haven't been the best vlogger, and I will admit to that. Sam has made chicken noodle soup. This is just like a little, you can't even see it, but he told me to make myself a little bowl and test it out. See if the ratios are spot on, see if it needs anything. Pete is clearly trying a little bit too, which is why you hear everything moving around. I figured I would try it on camera and give my real-time opinion.
It might need more
Bouillon?
Yeah.
You gotta get a little bit of everything. A little chicken, a little noodle, a little broth, a little veggie. I love this soup. It's got a little kick to it because we've been adding a secret ingredient. This is Sam's mom's recipe, and she usually makes homemade noodles, so that usually sets it apart. But it's spicy because we've added a little Mama Teeth's hot garlic, but I do think it needs more bouillon.
Okay.
Make it salty. The soup is so good, you guys. It's so simple too, unless you make the noodles from scratch. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We just bought these noodles from K&S, which is like our local international food market. They're like, what are they, like Bavarian noodles or something?
German egg noodles.
Yeah, German egg noodles. So they're not nearly as good as the homemade noodles. Every time we go, not every time, I'm speaking in hyperbolic terms. One time when we went home for Thanksgiving, we made the noodles with Sam and his mom and his sister and the whole family. And then you freeze the bags of noodles, so we got to bring them home and freeze them. And actually, my friend Chelsea, who wrote the cookbook, at the time, she was pregnant, and we made her the chicken noodle soup for her like meal train, and she loved it. It's a really good recipe, really solid, and it lasts us like 2 days. So I'm just so excited to eat it. I told Sam that because eclipse season is coming up, I wanted something warm and comforting. Sam doesn't know what that means. He's like, okay. If I were a fish and you caught me, you'd say, look at that fish. Perfect. I just burned my tongue on this soup. Okay, we're gonna eat. We're gonna try. Literally, every single vlog I think that I've filmed since the inception of this channel, well, not the original channel, but the channel reinvented, has said something to the effect of, we're gonna watch Love Island, because this show is clearly too long. Well, no, maybe it's just the right amount of time and we're just taking so long to watch it, but we're nearing the end, so we'll let you know final thoughts once we finally finish. I had to hop on the vlogs because this package arrived today and I am so excited about it. I ordered it a couple of days ago and it's already here. But for those of you that don't know, which is likely all of you since I've never talked about it on the channel, about a year and a half ago, I started my journey back to my natural hair. You probably can't tell right now because it's up, but I was the girl who previously used every hot tool under the sun for my hair. I'm talking straightener, curler, blow dryer. Yeah, I've had like pretty much every single treatment done to my hair. If you guys don't know, my mom's a cosmetologist, so I always had access to these things. I've done tape-in extensions, beaded extensions. I've done just about everything that you can think of. As you can imagine, it caused a lot of damage to my hair. So about a year and a half ago, I started the process to just rediscovering what my natural hair could look like and could be. And it really was kind of in sync with this homecoming that I was experiencing. I was returning back to my desires, my preferences, following my own inner voice. I really do think that my hair was just like a natural extension of that homecoming process. Learning to embrace my curls, learning to embrace what I was naturally given, because I was the girl when I was younger that would cry to my mom saying that I wanted like white girl hair. Yeah, it's been a big, long love-hate relationship between me and my hair, but one thing that pretty much every hairstylist I've ever seen has encouraged me to do is to get a hair filter. I have never found one that felt like I needed to have it, just because I was like, okay, what's a hair filter gonna do? I'm annoyed at the idea of like trying to install it. But then I saw this. So this is Jolie. I have been seeing ads for it on Instagram, and honestly, I've just been seeing so many of my friends use it. Being a graphic designer, I'm a branding hoe, and so I loved the branding. It was like so different than anything I had ever seen before, and the price point was so good. I think this is like 150 bucks, and so I was like, okay, if I'm gonna be on this hair journey, if I'm gonna be figuring out what my natural hair looks like, I feel like I need to give it its best fighting chance through starting with what water I'm putting on my hair. I'll show you what it looks like. And of course, I'll keep you guys updated on the hair journey because it's been a long one. And honestly, a lot of you guys have been asking for a hair routine, especially my curly haired girls. I'll definitely give you my thoughts, but first wanted to give you my first impressions. It says, welcome to clean water. Your skin and hair will thank you. Oh, that's something else I've heard. Having a shower filter will help with your skin as well. Gives you like an install guide, 1, 2, 3. That's great because I'm terrible at anything direction based. Let's see what this is. Welcome to Jolie. I love that they're a beauty and a wellness brand. They're really addressing the fact that having clean water for your hair and for your skin is not just an aesthetic thing, it's also a wellness thing. We love it. We love good ethos. Okay, here is the water filter. Like, how aesthetic. I got it in the color Modern Chrome because I figured this one would match our shower the best. Honestly, the look isn't even the biggest part. I'm just so excited about what this is going to do for my hair. I follow this gal on TikTok. Her name is Curl Healer. I'll leave her handle or her link to her TikTok in the description below if I can remember it. But she has taught me so much about curls, and she said that she doesn't even use styling products anymore because she washes her hair with a shower filter. I think hers is at a specific pH. Oh, it comes with a little wrench too. How cute is that? Obviously, I can't show you a ton because this is just the filter and I haven't used it yet, but stay tuned for all of the hair updates because I'm seriously, I don't think I've ever been so excited for a product. We are getting ready to go to dinner. I feel like whenever I vlog, we're always getting ready to go to dinner with somebody, or I'm journaling, or yeah, there's like one of a handful of things that I'm doing. But we're getting ready to get dinner with some new friends, or at least new friends to y'all. Y'all haven't seen them or met them yet. I always say Syra is one of my hottest friends. We're going to Lyra again, which I think is kind of funny. We're going to Lyra with Syra. We're gonna do happy hour, and I'll try to kind of capture the dinner as much as I can, but of course, you know, when you're in those types of situations, you just want to hang out with your friends. I did want to show you guys my earrings because this sweet brand called Fire and Honey sent me a bunch of sweet jewels, and it's so cute because I'm not really usually a silver girl. I mostly wear gold, but I wanted to try mixing metals, and so she sent me these 2 earrings, and I decided to put them both in. They're both really light, and I love the way that it turned out. So I wanted to show you guys, but like I said, we'll take you along for whatever we can for dinner, and yeah, that's the update.